watches my opening bell a lot, but I see Brian in here. KSS up 2 cents. Tesla up 3. Meta down. Google down. Rio calls being sold. VXRT calls being sold. JetBlue up a little bit here. We saw wind down on Macau shutting down. Futures down 21 points to start the day. Canoe, we did not get to 120. August is going to go with our front month premium after this week, so we do have option expiration on Friday. We have option education today, so if you guys are interested in option education. Futures at 19. No signals today. 5-minute bar closes here in about 2 minutes. So the 5-minute bar is a bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. A bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. Futures at 19. How was everybody's weekend? I have Dish. We actually saw more Dish calls being bought. Dish is down today. Dish was not an official signal. I'm in Chicago. I have another week, 2.5 weeks in Chicago. So I think what I'm doing, and you guys are going to see the AK road trip happen pretty soon. I am going to go to, so I'm in Chicago to the 28th. I'll be in Saratoga, New York that weekend for my birthday. I turned 43. Then I go to Panama, Colombia, back in Chicago for 4 days. Then I hit the Hamptons. Oh, wait. Panama, Colombia, Chicago, the Hamptons, and then I might do Eastern Europe. So I might do Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Albania, and Bulgaria. And it'll be interesting to be running the trading room from 3:30 p.m. if I'm in Eastern Europe. 3:30 p.m. I'll be in Eastern Europe. 5-minute bar closes here in about 2 minutes, guys. I'm a little bit skeptical this morning. I think we have more downside pressure here than we have upside. 43. Life's never been better. 5-minute bar, so we're looking for a bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. Apple, no signal. Amazon, no signal. Baba, no signal. Google, no signal. Meta, no signal. Tesla, no signal. And the last one is Netflix. And Netflix, so we have no 5-minute bar longs. No 5-minute bar longs, guys. No 5-minute bar longs. So no 5-minute bar longs. No 5-minute bar longs. No 5-minute bar longs here, guys. No 5-minute bar longs. So we're looking for a bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. Bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. Bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. Bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku Cloud, guys. None of them today. Bull 5-minute bar. Oh, PJ. You know, AK likes nice things. One thing I probably will never have in my life is a PJ. Lucid getting destroyed. So we sold the last, on Friday, guys, we sold the Lucid 20.5 to the 19.5. So we sold the 19.5 around that 120 level. We sold the 20.5 around like 60. I would not be looking to get in along any of these. I would not be getting along either of these. So Lucid, I wouldn't be looking to get anything here. On the pullback here, futures on 37. Now I wouldn't mind getting a long signal. FUTU 52 is being bought. 1,000 lot. I wouldn't take these. It's traded. Only traded 500,000 shares of the day, but I don't see them bought on the offer. Actually, Ethereum starting to come up a little bit here. I buy a little bit of Ethereum every day. VXX trading calls in the VXX trading here, calls in the VXX trading here, nothing to do here. GSM, those are July's, right? Those are going to go out worthless, yeah. Unfortunately, it's going to go out worthless. We had nice signals in Lucid last week. Last week was one of the best trades traded in a long time. Last week was a great week of trading. Lots of profitability, guys. We haven't seen an official signal yet today. We haven't seen anything official yet today. Let me move this. Get my new one going. We do have free option education today. I'll put the link in here at 9:30 Central Standard Time. Futures down 40. The VIX still not above 30. 26. Have no fear. Jay Paul is here. Let's see the headline on CNBC. I sold the boat. I still have the jet skis. Hey, if anybody wants to buy 2 jet skis in Florida, I got jet skis for sale very, very cheap. If anybody wants to buy any jet skis. Twittered on 240. Elon walking away for that deal, taking $1 billion. Supposedly he sold $8.5 billion with Tesla. So he's going to make money on Tesla here. Win down 4. Match down 3. Futures down 41. I'm in Fort Lauderdale. The jet skis are Riva Motorsports in Pompano. No, they have no trailer. Everybody wants to buy the jet skis. It's kind of annoying for me. Everybody wants to buy the jet skis. They're like, oh, do you have a trailer? I'm like, no. Jet skis, I pay $22,000. Make me a fair offer and you own them. I'm so sick of them. One of my main goals in life is to wake up in the morning and not have any stress. Have a schedule of what I'm supposed to do for the day. And these things have been the biggest stress in my life. I sold the boat in like 48 hours for more than I paid for the boat, to be honest. But the jet skis, for some reason, they don't have a trailer. They're 2015s. So no one wants them. Lucid. If I want to take a jet ski out, I'll rent it for $150. The longest we've ever gone without a signal, we've gone 42 minutes without a signal. Pinterest calls being sold. We had Pinterest calls for super options. We took those off. 63 stocks making new 52-week lows here. Yeah, nice trading. Nothing yet so far today. Being the patient, futures down 42. No signals yet today. If you guys are new to the room, it's your first day in the room. Welcome, welcome. If you guys are not new to the room, we saw massive profits last week. Huge profits last week. We are still in GM calls. They got back to break even. Now they're back down to 18 cents. Futures down 44. Let's look at the weekly chart. Netflix down. Tesla down. Elon sold $8.5 billion of Tesla. The first signal we see hit the tape probably be our signal. So, weekly chart. I'm telling you, I was telling my dad, I was like, you know, I'm a consumer. I spend a lot of money on goods, services, travel, going out to dinners. I'm like, the consumer, we might be in a recession, but people are not stopping to buy, okay? And it might be one of those things that instead of being able to pay for it through their NFT profits or their profits in the stock market or their profit on crypto, it just goes to debt. But I'll tell you one, the consumer is not stopping to buy. Like I'm in Chicago right now. I'll go out, I'll get an old fashioned or a dirty martini, $20, $24 for a drink. And, you know, it's okay. I can afford it. There's a lot of people that are like, yeah, put it on my debit card, put it on my credit card. Like, wow. Like, it's crazy to me. I don't understand how a lot of people can afford it. Because the prices of inflation is real. The prices of goods are going up. Income is not going up, though, right? But people are not stopping to spend. That's what I'm trying to say. So they're still spending the same, but instead they'll just put it on their debt. I'm kind of like dating this girl who's like an eye doctor. She's $300,000 in debt. She just went to Mykonos. I go, how'd you go to Mykonos? She goes, oh, I just took out more debt. Okay, cool. So I have to catch up to one day. I mean, I think it has to catch up to you one day. Maybe not. Maybe you can just stay in debt forever. The longest we've gone without a signal has been 42 minutes. It's been 15 minutes without a signal so far. We had no 5-minute bar longs. So the 5-minute bar, we're looking for a bull 5-minute bar above the Ichimoku cloud. And what we do is we wait for signals, guys. We don't try to force trades. The goal in the trading room is to wait for the signals to come to us. Institutional order flow in the option market, we're waiting for the signals to come to us, okay? We don't sit here and force a trade. I'm not randomly selecting a stock, a strike, based on technical analysis or fundamentals. The trading room is unlike anything that you've ever seen in this world. Because what we do is we just wait for order flow to come to us. When a smart money comes in and buys $50,000 worth of calls or $200,000 worth of calls, that's where we're interested. But we don't have to take trades just to take trades. We can sit here. We can be patient. That's what we're doing so far today. We're being patient. We're waiting for an opportunity. The bigger the order, the more we want to get in. CVFI calls being bought. CFVI. CF acquisitions. They're buying some AUG 13s. As you can see here, the order here is less than 1,000 lot. So the scanner on the left is a scanner in the trading room. That spits out about 8 to 1,200 signals. Then I have 20 proprietary-based scanners that I look for in the background. We look for day trades, we look for swing trades in the background. So we're looking for everything else in the background. Those don't all fit on the screen. So I give you those. The best way if you want to get the scanners quicker and faster is optionhacker.com for all your scanner needs. Futures down 42 here. I wouldn't mind the market going down a little bit more and then getting a signal. Carvana down. Canoe. We have Canoe AUG 6s. Those are down about 105. We paid, I think, 85. I can play some music. I listen to Baroque. Supposedly it's supposed to make you smarter. There we go. My Baroque music is on. Futures on 44, low of the session. Nothing has hit any of our scanners, guys. We're 18 minutes into the day. We have option education today. I think we're almost done with intermediate. No bonus trading today, guys. No bonus trading. Canoe AUG 6s. We're still in those. ALKK calls being sold. Nothing to do in that. As you can see, this is my new watch list for today, guys. And you can see we're not watching anything today because we've not seen any signals. The first signal of the day, most likely I'll call out as a bull signal. And the more the market goes down, the more I want to call that signal out. We haven't seen anything yet today. We have 63 stocks with new 52-week lows. We're keeping 89 stocks with new 52-week lows. There were buying a lot of Intel calls last week. Intel down again today, down 80 cents. And remember, just because they buy call options doesn't mean it's bullish. A lot of times they can buy call options against a basket of stock, short the stock, but we're looking for those speculative trades in the option market. We're looking for those speculative trades in the option market. Here's the stocks for 52-week lows, 89 of them. These are something called fallen angels with buying calls on a 52-week low. The more we don't see a signal, the more I want to get into a signal. And the longer it takes, the more I want to get in the first one we see. The more we go down, the more I want to get into a signal. I sent out notes this morning that I was a little skeptical today. I don't like to see a down Monday. Friday was just like completely crazy. We're up, we're down, we're down, we're up. I have Bitcoin. I have 3 Bitcoin. And I have a lot of Ethereum. I have a lot more. Well, actually, dollar amount more. Dollar amount more. I have more Bitcoin, but coins I obviously have more. Ethereum. Ethereum's cheaper than those. And Ethereum's down to. I have 12 Ethereum. 1136 Ethereum. DraftKings down. Saw some calls being bought in Kohl's. Kohl's was supposed to go in private, and then they backed out of that deal. Kohl's got up to 64 to 28. I have Gap 37. Gap stores 37 to 850. That is crazy. And we can start going into a range. Yeah, I like Bitcoin long term. I think it's got more downside than it has upside. What I did is that in Ethereum, I set my account in Ethereum and I buy $300 a day. So instead of actually like going to buy Ethereum and like, you know, buy $10,000 with it, I literally buy $300 a day. I just thought that was a better way to get in. And the more it goes down, the more that I possibly will increase that. Like if we get down to the 650 level, I'm going to start buying 500 a day. I actually want Ethereum to go long. It's weird because I'm long Ethereum. I want it to go down so I can buy more. Very rarely are you long something you want it to actually go down in value. But I do want Ethereum to go down so I can buy more. If you're new to the room, if this is your first week, this is your second week, it goes fast. We have Brian on board. He's your coach. He's your mentor. He's your guide. You can ask him questions. He goes a lot slower than me. It's kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I would like to actually consider Batman and Robin, but Ethereum, I bought $5,000 at 953, around 953, and then I bought another like $9,000, probably right around here, like 1150. It's weird because my account's set up at $300 a day, so I'm sure about something at 1,200. I'm sure about something like the lower thousands. Batman and Robin. 23 minutes in the day. The longest we've gone without a signal is 42 minutes. As you can see here, these are the scanners I have in the background. I'm running 20 of them in the background. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exactly 20 scanners in the background. Pinterest 21's being bought. Let's do the order here. Pinterest 21's being bought. Volume slightly over the open interest. I wouldn't take these. Pinterest 21's being bought. See a lot of Pinterest calls being bought. Pinterest 21's being bought. Too small of an order, guys. PINS this week 21s. PINS this week 21s. PINS this week 21 calls being bought. PINS this week 21 calls being bought. A lot of people having really good weeks this week. Last week was unbelievable. Lucid was great. We got a lot of great traders here, guys. Share ideas with each other. Happy 7-Eleven. All right. Oh, we're seeing more GSM calls being bought. Now these are the Aug 7s. September 7s. What does this company do? Fair Global. Let's look at this company real quick. Is this Ferrari? GSM calls, guys. Silicon parts. What's the ATR here? I don't hate him here, guys. I don't hate him here. We're not going to call this out, but Option Hacker flags buyer of 2,000 GSM. September, 7 calls for 50 cents. So if you want to get these guys, Option Hacker, this scanner's been around for 10 years, is pulling out some GSM calls. So Option Hacker is flagging some GSM calls. So if you'd like to take this signal, you can. The signal's going to cost you $50 per one lot. I just looked it up. No, GSM is a... GSM, guys, calls being bought in GSM. $100,000 bet. Someone's taking $100,000 and buying the GSM September 16, 2022, 7 calls for 50 cents. So this is silicone, especially metals industry. So silicones, guys. We had a trade of this in July. It was a losing trade. They're coming back and they're buying more calls here, guys, in GSM. So since we lost money in GSM the first time, we're not going to take GSM this time. Okay, but if you want to buy these, you can see right here, right now, you can get them for 50 cents. Now they just moved. So $50 per one lot you can get in that trade, guys. The GSM, September 16, 2022, 7 calls here for 50-cent debit. $50 per one lot you can get into that trade here in GSM. Profit targets are going to be 1.5 and 2 times what you pay for the option, unless the stock gap's higher. We looked at the ATR, average true range. ATR is 46 on the ATR. Standard deviation ATR is 20 cents. So it can move 46 cents 1/3 of all days, 20 cents 2/3 of all days. GSM, guys, GSM. Now they're starting to move. They're just traded 55. Upstart up on the day. Futures bid a little bit here. It's in a little bit of buying pressure here. We take a poll almost every day. What you guys think the market's going to do between now and the end of the day. So GSM is the only signal we've seen today. GSM. You're new to the room? Ask questions. We record every session too. We record all the sessions, guys. So if you ever want to go back, we record all the sessions. VERU trading here, nothing to do with that one. Everything is recorded, guys. So you can't be like, AK, you didn't tell me about the signal in AVGO that went up 800% in a week. Because I did. I will admit when I make money and I say, hey guys, I've been calling out really good signals, and I will be the first to admit when I call out bad signals. And last week's signals were absolutely unbelievable. I know a lot of traders that made a lot of money from more GSM, guys. Now they're buying this week's 6s. Wow, look at GSM go. This week's 6 is being bought, guys. GSM, this week's 6 is going. GSM, this week's 6s, they're buying them. Someone has a little bone to pick with GSM, guys. September is up to 55. This week's 6 is being bought in GSM. It's only traded 200,000 shares. 200,000 shares. The low is in for the day. How high can GSM get? This could be mentioned on CNBC halftime report. Oh, look at Lucid getting destroyed. The low of the day plus the ATR, average true range. GSM could go up to 607. GSM could go up to 607. That's the low of the day plus the ATR. See something hitting the tape. Oh, day trade in GSM. Now they're paying $35 for the GSM calls. Wow, GSM calls being bought aggressively, guys. GSM calls being bought aggressively. GSM calls being bought very aggressively here, guys. GSM calls being bought very aggressively here. GSM calls being bought very aggressively here. GSM calls being bought very aggressively here. GSM calls being bought very aggressively. Wow, look at this stock go. I don't know if anybody got into the Septembers that I flagged for you guys. They're up to 60. 50 to 60. What's that? 20% profit. Was not an official signal, but 20% profit here in GSM, guys. Not an official signal, but 20% profit. 595. Stock can get up to 606. That's the low of the day plus the ATR. So 606 is where I'd be targeting the upsides, the low of the day plus the ATR. Low of the day plus the ATR. GSM bid. Did anybody get into September calls or 60 bid now? So if you wanted to, you could sell them for 20% profit here, guys, in GSM. If you wanted to, you could sell those for 20% profit. If you wanted to, you could sell those for 20% profit here in GSM, guys. You don't have to. There's 60 bid coming out. If you got them at 50. Nike. Next week, 110s. Nike, next week, 110s. Do they have earnings coming up? Nike, NKE, next week, 110s being bought. Nike calls being bought. An option hacker. Buyer of 1,000. Not the biggest order in the world. Nike, next week, 110 calls for 104. They're paying 104 here in Nike, guys. So Nike calls being bought for 104. I'd like to see a little bit of a bigger order. I wish it was like a 5,000 lot or a 7,000 lot. The Nike order is only 1,000 contracts. Nike guys are buying Nike calls. So you see now Nike calls being bought. Next week, 110. If you didn't want to spend 104, maybe you could buy a bull call spread. Maybe you buy the 110, 111 bull call spread. Nike, guys. Lucid getting destroyed. U.S. Steel. We're calling out a signal here in U.S. Steel, guys. Oh, my God. The 19.5 at 8 cents. It's hit as a day trade. We're going to call it a signal at 9 cents. We can't call it a signal here in U.S. Steel, but I really like these guys. U.S. Steel, 19.5. I do like these guys. They hit as a day trade. I don't want to call it a weekly option. So day trade, buyer of X. 7/15, 2022, 19.5 calls for 8 cents, guys. Targets, 10 and 12. They're already starting to move. U.S. Steel X calls being bought, guys, as a day trade. Weekly, 19.5 hit as a day trade. So everything's going to have different strikes, different expiration, different risks, different rewards. How you trade them is going to be differently. These are U.S. Steel calls, and they bought the 19.5s. And this price that we give you is the price that hit the trading floor. It doesn't mean you can necessarily get into them at that price. Sometimes you're going to pay more. Sometimes you're going to pay less. Sometimes you get the same price. But X calls being bought, guys. U.S. Steel 19.5s. Low of the day plus the ATR. U.S. Steel can get to 18.50. So keep an eye on U.S. Steel, guys. Cheap options. You can get that for $8 per one lot. When you're day trading, our targets are going to be 25 and 50%. When we're swing trading, our targets are going to be 50 and 100%. 10 cents is too high, guys. 10 cents is too high. That's somebody's target. That's 25% more than it hits the price at. So I would not be paying 10 cents. If you didn't get in the trade, move on to the next trade. We always tell people not to pay more than 10% more than the initial price. So X hit it at 8 cents. US Steel hit at 8 cents, guys. So maybe 9, but that's about it. So day trade, we see X calls. Option hacker, we see GSM calls. We see Nike calls, which is starting to move here. But I think 10's too much. You're just rallying here a little bit. Nike calls up to 109. So you could have got Nike at 103 probably. Nike target's gonna be 150 and 2. 150 and 2 for Nike. X. US Steel is X. The more that you're in the room, the more comfortable they'll get with the trades. You kind of see how AK trades. You'll see which trades he likes, which trades he doesn't like. The casino names are down. Upstart higher today. And a night get a buck. If you got it in a night get a buck, your target's going to be 1 and 2. All those signals you can use for anything you want, right? So you can use the signals however you want. Maybe you sell put spreads. Maybe you buy call spreads. DraftKings this week 14.5. Wow. Those are 4 cents. DraftKings 14.5. DraftKings 14.5. DraftKings 14.5 being bought in the weeklies. Those are way too far out of the money. So Nike calls, GSM calls. Rig calls trading here. Rig has a really small ATR. Rig calls being bought small. Futures down. Couple interesting things today, guys. US Steel. I like X 19.5. We took off Lucid on Friday. I booked my travel to Panama, Colombia, Saratoga. I've not booked my Eastern European trip yet. Futures rallying here a little bit. GSM took a little bit of profit. Nike up to 116. So Nike targets are going to be 1.5 and 2 times what you pay for the price of the option. 1.5 and 2 times what you pay for the price of the option. 1.5 and 2 times what you pay for the price of the option. 1.5 and 2 times what you pay for the price of the option. I'm going to put the link in here for option education. So we do option education every single Monday. Monday's option education. Tuesday is a bonus trade. Wednesday is bonus trading. $7-11 day. Let me put the link in here. CHPT calls being sold. We got out of Lucid for great profits. We had 2 signals in Lucid. Nike up to 120 here. So Nike winning trade. GSM winning trade. Look at US Steel go, guys. So US Steel has officially taken both profit targets. More DraftKings 14.5. US Steel, guys, officially hit both profit targets. If you got into US Steel at 8 cents, both profit targets hit, guys. If you got into US Steel, both profit targets hit in letter X, guys. Another huge day trade winner. And 25 and 50% profit targets hit. So US Steel, guys. Another winner, guys, on the day trades, guys. Day trade, US Steel. Great signal here in US Steel, guys. Great signal here in US Steel. So you can see here, it has hit at 8 cents. So $8 per one line you could have got in this trade. And you can see here, they moved up to 12. 8 to 12 is 50% profit. That trade took less than 10 minutes to get 50% profit. So if you had the day trade scanner, guys, you're going to make 50% profit in 12 minutes. 50% profit in 12 minutes. Now they're up to 13. Options education. Intermediate section. Today at 9:30 a.m. Central. Sometimes I forget what time zone I'm in. So this is free option education, guys. Today, I think we're going over a review today. So there's your option education for today. 100% free if you want to attend that. 100% free, guys. If you want to attend the option education, all you have to do is sign up at that link. Nike up to 127. Wow. Nike up to 127. US Steel calls up to 13. Nike up to 127. GSM up to 55. How do you close the spread? I'll show you how to do that. So 3 signals today, guys. 3 winners today. 3 signals, 3 winners. I would ask Thinkorswim. I would go to their chat thing and ask them how to do it. But let's say I have the 13-14 call spread on. I hold control. I hit the 13s on the bid. And I hit the 14s on the offer. And then I sell that spread out. This is the opposite of buying it. So if you know how to buy it, you should know how to sell it. So if you know how to buy it, you should know how to sell it. It's pretty straightforward on that. Free option education, guys. All you have to do is click that link. Nike, nice bid here, Nike, guys. Remember, we saw Nike calls being bought. So the Nike 110s being bought, guys. The Nike 110s being bought here. You can see the Nike 110s were bought at 104. They're up to 127. 20% profit in Nike. GSM gave you 20%. US Steel gave you 50%. So 3 trades today, 3 great trades today. Let's keep the party going. Oh, my party people. I was at like Mango Deck in Cabo. I told my friends, I'm like, you know, if the trading room doesn't work out for me, this is what I'm going to be. Who wants to do push-up contest? Futures down 42. Or you could always hit the chat box and just ask them. We have not called out an official signal today. No official signal so far today. We saw Nike calls. Futures on the lows. IBM calls being bought. DWAC, 29,000 DWAC calls being bought. 29,000 DWAC calls being bought. Futures on the lows. GSM calls back down to 50. Did not call that as a signal. It was one of the 3 things we've seen so far today. You guys are new to the room. Hope you're enjoying the excitement. A lot of opportunities. If you miss an opportunity, there's always going to be more opportunities. So don't get frustrated if you miss a trade. Yeah, DraftKings, I mean, we saw DraftKings 14.5 being bought. PDD calls being bought. Weekly 61s are really far out of the money. PDD 61s. So they were buying some DraftKings 14.5s. They bought 10,000 DraftKings 14.5s. They're 4 cents though, right? If you buy an option for $4, don't expect to make money. It's like buying a penny stock. So we did see a lot of DraftKings calls being bought, but they're 4 cents. Can they double in value? Sure. Did they hit any of our scanners? No. Nike back down to 105. Nike got up to 127, now back to 105. Not an official signal here at Nike. Futures down 50. We're going to take a poll here. What do you guys think the market's going to do between now and the end of the day? So we take a poll every day. We say, hey, what do you guys think the market's going to do? Your choice to range higher, up small, down small, or crash. What do you guys think the market's going to do between now and the end of the day? Oh, Halliburton. They have earnings coming up. Otherwise, it's called signal, guys. Halliburton. Bullish activity in Halliburton, guys. 729. 30 calls being bought in Halliburton. 10,000 calls being bought in Halliburton. I would call it a signal, but they do have earnings coming up. Buyer of Halliburton. 7/29, 2022, 30 calls. And they paid $127. $127 officially is what they paid on the trading floor in Halliburton. So you guys think the market's going down small. And then Halliburton calls being bought. Halliburton calls being bought in King Hal. So what you can do in this signal, I would use this signal to buy a bull call spread. So I would use this signal to buy a bull call spread. So you can buy the Halliburton. We went into Halliburton, went to 7/29. Let's say we bought the 30-31 call spread. So let me add this here on the left, on the right. So you buy the 30s, you sell the 31s. That is known as a call spread. I would try to get into it for about 30 cents. The 31s are kind of wide. I would not pay 43. Maybe like 35 cents here in Halliburton. Survey says down small, guys. Survey says down small. So Halliburton, guys, this is a 7/29. They're in the notes tab, guys. You can click the notes tab whenever you want. So if you have any questions, you can always go to the notes tab, guys. If you ever have any questions, you can always go to the notes tab. Any questions? Option education, guys, starts here in like 3 minutes. So let me put the link in here. We're on an intermediate. We've gone through beginner. Then we've gone through, we're intermediate. I'm reading Random Walk Down Wall Street. So today, day trade scanner, GSM, and X trade is over, guys. When you hit those profit targets, you move into the sidelines. So X trade is over. The X trade is over. X trade is over. DWAC. How much stock is DWAC trade? Just on 45. You guys thought down small from down 48. The DWAC ATR. $3 a day. That's a big ATR. $3 a day. All right, guys, that is it for our session today. The link is in the middle if you want to register, guys. The link is in the middle if you want to register. I'll see you guys back in option education here in a couple minutes. Thanks, everyone.